Maayong buntag sa tanan. Morning. Morning sa inyong tanan. For this meeting, we're going to talk about the economic theories and perspectives of development. Mahalaga ito para maintindihan natin paano ba nag-evolve ang ating economic development strategies na nakabase sa iba't ibang theories about development. So stand by, this is going to be very short. I'll try to make this as much as possible as 10 to 15 minutes presentation. So let's start by looking at the economic theories and perspective of development. This is taken from a lecture by Marina Della Giosta. You can see that on your screen. Yung source ng ating lecture. Okay. Now, according to Gandhi, the earth provides enough resources for everyone's need, but not for some people's greed. Siyempre, ang pagkaintindi natin dyan is that hindi natatapos yung greed ng tao, kaya hindi rin kaya bigyan o ibigay ng ating mundo, yung ating earth, ang greed ng tao, kasi ang greed ng tao ay walang katapusan. So we're going to look at the economic theories of development, the two main policy schools, the limits to growth or sustainable development, at ano yung mga implication nito sa public policy. So, first, economic theories for development. Development economics deals with the economic, social, political, and institutional mechanisms, both public and private, necessary to bring about improvements in well-being. Structural change is an essential part of this process. Okay, so ito yung ating alam about development economics. Okay, so ano ba ang mga nangyari sa ating development economics, mga theories of economic development? From 1945 to mid-1950s, the context of economic development was political independence of several developing countries, worldwide policies to boost aggregate demand, setting up the Bretton Woods institutions, the World Bank, and state intervention and planning. Maalaala natin, sa panahon na ito, itong panahon ng 1950s, di ba sa panahon na ito, ating problema nito ay ang Second World War. And because of the Second World War between the United States and Germany and Britain and Japan, nagkaroon ng realignment of powers because sino yung mananalo sa giyera, yun ang magdidikta kung paano i-subdivide ang economic structure ng mundo. Siyempre, ang nanalo sa giyera ay ang Soviet Union at sa United States. Kaya sila yung nag-uusap paano ba i-divide ang economic zones ng mundo. Okay. So dahil dito, nagkaroon ng bagong alignments, bagong mga bansa na nabigyan ng independence. Halimbawa dyan, Pilipinas ay nagkaroon ng independence right after the war, sa Second World War. Nagkaroon tayo ng independence at nagiging responsibility tayo ng international community for development. Kaya yung sinasabi nila that there should be political independence, okay, setting up the World Bank, and that there should be assistance to third world countries ay nagsimula right after the war. From 1950s to 1960s, nagkaroon ng uneven international development according to Bernal, and that there should be import substitution policies to promote industrialization. At ang mga ideas sa panahon ito were the Marxist theories of Baran, the importance of political and social factors in development and efficiency and corruption of capitalist states, structural changes, recognition of structural rigidities, and supply rigidities. Ano ba ang implication nito? If you remember, during the time of Marcos, no, in the 1960s, nagkaroon ng massive changes ang Philippine economy. No? Eventually, nagkaroon ng tinatawag na import substitution strategy wherein we develop our industries. Ang problema naman nito, when we started developing our industries, ang nangyari nito is that our industries were not efficient. We're not very efficient. Kaya nagiging source tuloy siya ng malaking utang at naging source ng corruption ng ating bansa. No? Example of that would be the National Power Corporation, the oil stabilization program, yung ating sugar industry, and even our NFA, our rice, were all nationalized. But ang problema ay hindi naman naging efficient itong mga industries na ito, kaya tuloy naging source yan ng malaking utang ng gobyerno because we have to borrow money to establish these nationalized industries. Yun ang nangyari sa 1950s and 1960s, yung import substitution. From mid-1960s to 1980, if you remember, ay nagkaroon ng martial law, diba? Martial law tayo, 1972, and there is however, during this period, halos sabay-sabay yung Pilipinas at South Korea ng martial law. However, the difference is that while South Korea emerged as a new industrialized countries, together with Taiwan, Singapore, Hong Kong, ang Pilipinas naman ay hindi nag-develop. At ang dahilan dito, kahit na martial law tayo, ang nangyari kasi is, instead na gamitin yung powers ng martial law to develop our economy, ay nagiging source patuloy siya ng cronyism. No? Cronyism ng ating sistema, yung devastation ng ating financial system, ginawang parang piggy bank ng mga malalaki at mga influential pamilya para lang ma-improve ang kanilang business. Kaya nagiging bagsak yung Philippine economy at napuno sa utang. Dahil hindi ginamit yung powers ng martial law to promote common good. Yung ang nangyari niyan. So, in 1980s and 1990s, we have a debt crisis. Marami sa mga bansa ay hindi na nakabayad ng kanilang utang. Marami sa mga bansa ay napuno na ng inflation. These are countries that are found in Latin America, in South Africa, and to some extent in the Philippines and Southeast Asia. So, karamihan ng mga bansa ay baon sa utang na at ang karamihan ng kanilang national budget ay pupunta lang sa pagbayad ng utang. So, in the mid-1960s and 1980s, nagkaroon tayo ng debt. In the 1980s and 1990s, nagkaroon ng debt crisis. The IMF and the World Bank introduced the idea of structural adjustment. Ano ba itong structural adjustment? It means opening up the economy, liberalizing the economy, okay, and allowing foreign investments in many of these countries na nagkaroon ng problema sa utang. Dahil sabi nila, if you open your economies, sige, bigyan namin ng extension ng inyong pagbayad ng utang. Yun ang nangyari sa 1980s and 1990s. Then afterwards, pumasok na tayo sa ano ba ang mga development policies between the West and the South. The Washington Consensus, World Bank and the IMF policies always believes that macroeconomic stability control of inflation, reduction of fiscal deficit, liberalization of trade and capital markets, privatization and deregulation, and globalization of development policy are the important components for development. Tingnan yung mga keywords nito ha. Inflation, fiscal deficit, liberalization, privatization, deregulation, globalization. Ito mga keywords nito. Ito yung ito yung naglalagay ng global economy, global players sa mga maliliit na bansa. Alam naman natin na pag tayo ay maliit, hindi tayo makapaglaban o hindi tayo makalaban dun sa mga malalaking investors when it comes to providing goods and services. And the issues addressed is, sabi nila, the markets work well and are superior to governance and resource allocation, and that all economies behave the same way. All economies tend to equilibrium, predictable response to policy, speed transition depends. In short, itong mga beliefs na ito yung idea ni Adam Smith that sinasabi niya, the invisible hand of the market. In other words, if we just let the market operate in the country, hindi pa masyadong mag-regulate, hindi masyadong papasok ng gobyerno, eventually it will just develop and make everybody happy. Sinasabi nito, Washington Consensus. And because of this Washington Consensus, karoon ng different trade regimes, the elimination of trade barriers, okay, that after the import substitution phase, privatization of large domestic firms, the regulation of labor and financial markets. Kaya marami sa mga industries na nag-open up dahil ito sa Washington Consensus. And then the second adjustment wave, after that, okay, nagkaroon ng investment in education, training and infrastructure, access to finance for modernization for small and medium enterprises, education reforms, safety net projects for those who bear the cost of reform, the need for good governance, and anti-corruption measures to control the flows of hot money. Now, sa unang tingin, mukhang okay siya, no? Parang maganda siya. Pero kasi, pag tinitingnan natin kasi yung policy in the context of liberalization, in the context of competition, the moment kasi na ang bansa ay nag-regulate at humihina yung intervention ng gobyerno sa markets, ang mga key players dyan ay mga malalaki na multinational corporations. In which case, the local businessmen, yung mga local capitalists natin, we don't have the capacity to compete with these large investors. Siyempre, kung large investors yan, multinationals yan, yung kita niya na hindi ho babalik sa ating bansa, hindi i-reinvest nila sa ibang mga bansa na mas mahina at mas mahina yung government intervention at mas mura yung labor. Yun ang effect when you just liberalize the market without considering ano yung mga limits. In the Southern Consensus, in Latin America, the East Asian developmentalism, there is one recipe for growth with late industrialization, and the heavy emphasis on historical analysis of processes of late industrialization of the world periphery, emphasis on developmental and national capabilities. So ito naman Southern Group, no? Kasama sa Pilipinas dito, Malaysia. Sabi natin nila, hindi pwede na completely liberalized life. And that there should be some extent, there should be some limits to liberalization. Okay? And that there should be no dependency on foreign markets. Masabi dito that there should be asymmetric globalization and wealth generation in markets, and think of the mobility of capitals and products and barriers to labor mobility. At as sinasabi ng Southern Consensus, that there should be growth and structural change to achieve true strategic integration of national economy into the world's economy combining macroeconomic policies with productive development policies, mixing sectorally neutral and selective policies, technology, and physical infrastructure development, industrialization, competition, government business cooperation, for private sector temporary and conditional targets. Ibig sabihin ito, so many words sinasabi nila, selective lang dapat ang area for liberalization. Hindi ho lahat, hindi ho open lahat. There should be some areas in which government has to make some intervention to protect our local markets. Pero ang problema nito, of course, if you insist yung bansa na nag-insist na selective na ang kanilang i-open, minsan nakaka-apekto rin yan sa kanilang capacity to borrow money. No? Kasi simple naman yung first world countries, they will always demand may mga conditions yan bago i-approve yung mga loan applications ng iba't ibang bansa. So yun ang scenario ng ating developmental economics. Maganda maintindihan natin ito so that when we start analyzing how this affects our sustainable development policies and programs, alam natin in the background na ito pala ang nangyayari. I'm going to provide to you the link of this presentation for you to study further. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Sana may matutunan kayo. Good day.